Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pokemon Legends Arceus. We just saved I'm talking over myself. We saved
sounded like you
Electrode
were-
from being electrocuted.
Yeah, you were trying to combine electric.
It sounded like you were getting zapped by Electrode.
Yeah, it sounded like you were trying to
It's a bit of
combine
that.
electrode and execute
A
together.
little bit, yeah. But we saved Electrode from being electrocuted, which is weird to say considering it's an electric type. But
Yeah.
It actually has 4 times electric resistance now because grass is like
it's electric grass, yeah.
grass's only resistances are grass and electric. I think.
I think so, yeah.
There might be something else, but I don't remember. But yeah, poor Electabuzz. Cut to the Godfather where he's like, "Look out the massacre, my boy." I was trying to do like the mumble thing,
Look how they massacred
but
my boy.
I ended up going more into a Stallone. Hey, look how they massacre
Oh, you got
my boy, Adrian.
Love to like the buzz.
Love the Electabuzz.
The buzz. No one seems to like him as much as I do, though. And that's not right. That's not right.
Did Surge have an Electabuzz in the anime or just the Raichu?
Just the Raichu.
Just the Raichu.
Okay.
Did he have an Electabuzz in Johto, I think?
Maybe. He also might have had it in the Heart Gold Soul Silver rematches. I'll talk about another character who can't speak in anything that's intelligible, where he's like, "Oh, I'm the Morachu, dude, the Thunderbolt."
Hit him with the Thunder Punch.
The Thunder Punch. Right.
And what was the accent again? I forgot what the dialect was they were trying to go for with that character.
American?
I guess. I see you two speak American.
Man, it's so weird going back to...
better or worse than Bandit Keith, as far as 4Kids Americans go.
Yeah, but Keith didn't have an accent. He was just a dick.
Yeah, he wasn't like all about America in like the actual show.
No, yeah, that was just an abridged thing.
It's mostly just he has the American flag to kind of be shortcut for, wow, this guy's a douche. So yeah, versus they actually got rid of all of the like America connotations in later games. Like if you play Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, it no longer says like the Lightning American. It says something like the Lightning Trainer,
the Lightning Unova or something like
doesn't
that.
even
I
say
mean, that would
Unova.
make sense, but
I don't think it even says Unova. They never.
Really?
I don't think they ever brought it up. I'm pretty sure it just says something like the Lightning Trainer or whatever.
Well, what about Brazil? Does Brazil still
Apparently
exist?
not.
South American, no.
Yeah.
South America, yeah.
I haven't played Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu in a long time, so I couldn't tell you like what it said, like what they said in the mansion instead of South America. I thought about replaying Let's Go Eevee at some point, but it was the Pokemon catching that kind of turned me away from wanting to do it again. It's not that it's a bad game, but it's just I kind of just wanted normal gameplay, I guess, is the thing, versus...
If you can't... I can't recall, since it's been a couple of years since I did that review, but I recall being able to use 2 Joy-Cons to throw double the balls.
Oh, yeah, if you did the co-op thing.
Yeah, and that made the whole thing a complete fucking non-issue, because you'd also get a catch rate bonus if both balls hit the Pokemon at the same time, and I think like the effectiveness of that was pretty much like a grade below Master Ball.
There was also there's also the weird fact that you can't play the game like on your console normally. You have to use a single Joy-Con or the weird...
Yeah, you can't play it on handheld mode.
No, you can play it in handheld mode. I actually prefer it in handheld mode.
Because you just use the gyro to aim.
Yeah, which is like... it's
okay.
a lot more natural feeling versus... I get what they were going for with the throw the... like, motion the Joy-Con like a baseball, but ultimately... And I appreciate the experiment, I really do, but ultimately I didn't find the way they handled wild Pokemon as engaging in that game, which is a shame because like it's still 80% just Gen 1, and Gen 1 is still a perfectly good game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like I actually really like the updates they gave to Kanto in that variation of the game. I like the added rival antagonist. I like the I like the integration of the Elite Four in the Rocket Quest, if I recall correctly. I think it was like,
Yeah.
well, it might have been just Lorelei actually. Now I'm thinking about
I
it, but
think they brought in a
but
few
still,
other
it's more than
characters.
just Kanto of Let's Go gimmicks.
Yeah.
Well, Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
gimmicks.
I guess the thing is just that what I really need them to do is to add Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green to the Nintendo Switch Online is, I guess, all I really want. I did see, however, that when you play Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 on the N64 online thing, it does mention that that like the connector pack is connected, like it reads that something's there. So I think they can do it. I think they can bring your Gen 2 Pokemon from a Gen
Into
2
Stadium
game
2.
yeah, into Pokemon Stadium 2 on the Switch. I think they can do it, and they're gonna wait fucking 4 years to actually do it because this is the Pokemon Company. Because it was after the Switch had already came out when they added Gen 1 and 2 to the Virtual Console on 3DS, right? Am I making things up?
I am not sure.
I mean, that's what Google's. That's what Google's for.
Pokemon Red 3DS. Oh, now it's showing.
He's just
me
going to give you a red 3DS.
Pokemon 3DSs. Pokemon
Yeah.
Red 3DS Virtual Console. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. 3DS, Pokemon Red and Green. Okay, 2016 for Gen 1, and then 2017 for Gold and Silver, and then 2018 for Crystal for some reason.
Why the staggered release? I don't know why. But so that means Gen 1 was before Switch, Gen 2 was after Switch, and Crystal was way after Switch.
Yeah, but Gen 1 was like right before the Switch came out. It was 2016, you know. The Pokemon trading card game came out on the 3DS Virtual Console in 2014, so that just means we have to wait 2 more years for Gen 1 to be on the Switch.
Let's fucking go.
No, that's already on the Switch, John.
That's the M-rated version.
You know, I can't wait for the next Nintendo console to come out so that we can do all this over.
The drip feed again.
Not just the drip feed, the reset.
You know, do you guys ever occasionally on Twitter get the Wii Shop Wednesday or Wii Shop Thursday meme where you see like the people coming in and being freaked out about what's added to the Virtual Console that week? Like,
well, even if I don't personally do that, I'll inevitably have it on my timeline anyway. That's what you mean.
I remember back in the late 2000s, and oh my god, I'm a fucking old man. It's just like back in my day. I remember the mid to late Wii era where it was so exciting every week to see some retro game be added to the service. That was how a lot of old games I got introduced to. Like, that's how I first played Castlevania. That's how I first played Mega Man. Many of the old Marios, that was the first way I played them. Like, it was really, really exciting. And then they did that again on the Wii U. And I was like,
and then they did that again on the Switch.
Yeah,
I'm noticing a pattern.
Well, the frustrating thing on Switch is that it's not even all the stuff like that was previously available. It's always the same handful of things, and when you're trying to get more obscure things is when you have to wait forever. Like, I mean, I guess they finally put stuff like Wave Race and Excitebike 64 on there. Like, I don't think
they remembered those exist.
Yeah. Nintendo remembered that Wave Race Blue Storm existed in Pikmin 4. That was crazy. Is that game any good?
Yeah, it's what it is on the box. It's a racing game where you're on a jet ski. It's good, but it's not much deeper than that.
That's N64, right?
Blue Storm is GameCube.
Yeah, Wave Race 1 is on N64. The sequel, Blue Storm, is on GameCube.
Because the only frame of reference I have or comparison is Jet Moto in my eyes, because that was like the jet skiing game on PlayStation 1. And if it's anything like that, then I could assume it's okay. Otherwise, I can't answer.
I mean,
that.
the N64 tried to have. It's weird how the N64 and PlayStation each tried to have their own version of the other games, the other consoles thing. Like the PS1 had. What's the PS1 F-Zero? It's
Wipeout?
Not, Oh, is it Wipeout? I thought it was something else. But yeah, and then I don't know. I find that time period in gaming fascinating. I don't know.
Yeah, Wipeout is like the closest thing that comes to mind just on a quick Google search. Even then, I never played Wipeout. Like any sort of like vehicle related game I played on PS1 was either Twisted Metal or Ridge Racer. There was this one game called Rallycross, it's not a very good game, but it was all I had for a while.
I know that feeling when you get Rugrats in Paris on the N64 for your birthday, and it's either that or play fucking Pokemon again on your Game Boy for the umpteenth time.
So, like, I was thinking about that because you just mentioned Rugrats in Paris. I got a DM from Ant a couple of days ago after they announced that Rugrats.
Oh,
game,
I haven't even looked that up yet. I saw people posting pictures of Tommy Pickles, and I was like, okay, and I went on with my life.
And he I know half jokingly was saying, all right, now you have to do a Rugrats marathon. I was like, no, because there's
so many, dude.
There's so many.
Well, I mean, not even that. They're not good. Yeah, I was just gonna say I think I've only played in my entire life 3 Rugrats games, and I enjoyed none of them.
I've only played 2.
So I'm kind of curious of whether or not
enjoy any of them. Okay, let's see here. Hold on. Rugrats Adventures in Gameland. That's the new one, right?
Yes, and it looks
the new one.
Decent.
Legit looks like a decent Mario 2-esque platform.
Yeah, I don't know if it looks good. It's too early to tell because the game's not out yet. But.
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing to bring back. I mean, I say that they also recently announced a freaking G.I. Joe game. So I guess it's...
I mean, as long as it's quality, I don't give a fuck if it's licensed or not, you know? It's like...
Yeah, I know.
It's just one of those things where I think G.I. Joe translates itself to video games a bit better than Rugrats does. Which is...
No, I would think Rugrats translates to video games too, given the demographic and...
I mean, just in terms of nature, in terms of concept, because you have to do some obvious creative liberties with Rugrats to make it work. So,
I mean, you just say, "Oh,
really?" You think so? Because I would think so. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's entirely the reason why I think it works. Is because everything they do in that show, outside of the adult related shit, is just the babies doing stuff with their imagination.
Well, the freaking sippy cup is a boss fight. Oh man.
They better have Torg as a boss. Torg hungry. Torg wants to eat.
Oh, I want Raptor on ice.
I only just realized a couple of a year or two ago when I saw the clip again online that the grandpa routinely watched porn while watching the kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't know how to feel about that. So I'm gonna instead
Foxy Space Vixen.
It means Grandpa Lou is a human like the rest of us.
That's for when you go to bed, Sprout.
Those kids needed to be taken away from those parents also, but
well,
how many times do your children have to break out of your house?
Well, Dee's problem was that she was just a terrible mom and relied on a book to rely on all of her parenting. You know, she meant well, she was a loving parent, but she just didn't know how to parent without looking at a fucking Lipschitz novel or instruction manual. Stu was too caught up in his work, and he was just Stu struck me, going back from what I remember anyway, because it's been years since I watched Rugrats. Stu struck me as someone who means well, but is more dedicated to his craft than he is being a dad.
He'd also rather play with the kids than be a parent.
Yes.
I mean, that's why you be an uncle, because then you don't have to be a parent. You get a...
Yeah, because then you could be the fun-loving dude without any other responsibility.
Yeah. I love playing with my niece and nephew is awesome, because my nephew's 3, my niece is 1.5. I get to play with them, and then if she pooped her pants, mom, dad, that's your job.
Time for the mom and dad to go to work. Exactly. Yeah. Never babysit children, because suddenly all that responsibility becomes yours.
Yeah, no thanks.
Oh yeah, we're doing this quest.
Did you actually play the Diamond Pearl remake, Ryan?
Nope, I just looked it up.
Okay, I'm glad, because I I didn't either. I probably wouldn't have gotten it even if it looked good, just because it's not a generation I particularly enjoy, but I don't know.
Also, this motherfucker is like the rarest thing for like 20 years, and then this like in this game, it's like, we'll just give you one.
Did they? Oh yeah, they didn't have
Fine,
like
here.
any.
Manaphy was event only for the longest time. You could get multiple Feons because Manaphy is like the one mythical that can breed, but it only gives you Feons. You can't get Manaphys.
Why is Manaphy the only mythical that has a libido? I don't get it.
I don't either. But yeah, this is really tough considering they have such low catch rates.
Do they?
And at this point, you're drastically overleveled.
I think they keep their like their original catch rate. Oh no. You know it's bad when the speed up starts happening.
Literally can't do anything else in the meantime.
Yeah, not much we can do because I'm overleveled and they're water types.
This is why every game I catch a Parasect and I keep it with the party so that it gets passive XP, and I teach it Spore, Cut, Flash, and False Swipe. And that's the only thing it does is beat up Pokemon to an inch of their life, put them to sleep, and then I throw Pokeballs.
Spore was what was that
Spore
attack
is
again?
the only sleep attack with a 100% guaranteed hit rate. So
okay.
You're guaranteed to put the Pokemon to sleep.
But they're not guaranteed to stay asleep for a long.
That's why I
I
often just do Thunderwave.
Yeah.
Because it's like the difference between the 0.5 and the 2% doesn't really matter an awful lot when you're dealing with legendaries anyway that have a 3 out of 255 catch rate, and it's just more convenient to just be able to keep throwing Pokeballs as opposed to having to, watch and make sure that it
stays asleep and all that.
Yeah. One thing I'm eternally grateful for is that they stopped giving legendary Pokemon recover, because I was replaying Crystal not too long ago, and fuck that.
Well, who had a recover?
Lugia and Ho-Oh both had recover.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And
yeah,
you only have one Master Ball, which you want to use on Raikou. So, sucks to be you, I guess.
Man. I don't know if I want to waste the Master Ball on a roaming. Like, I get it. That's entirely
it saves
the reason.
So much time.
Because, like, you couldn't cheese the roaming legendaries in OG Gen 2 like you could in Gen 3 remakes, right?
In Gen, I didn't play Gen 3 remakes to the point where you even got to the roaming legendaries. What do they do in that?
Well, it's more like you can easily manipulate where they spawn by. I'm referencing Fire Red and Leaf Green specifically.
Fire Red and Leaf.
Memory serves me correctly. So if you go between the route of Celadon and like the route between connecting them in Lavender Town, there's a patch of grass right outside of that route, which counted as an area where they can spawn. So you literally just going between the checkpoint and the route, and it resets their positioning every single time, and you can just farm that grass for a while.
There's nothing quite that easy in Gen 2 from what I remember. I usually did like the little T-shaped intersection where Eckerteak meets the path between Goldenrod and Violet City. That's like usually where I hung out, like near where you find the Soda Widow. But there's probably an easier way to do it. It's just been a while. And I normally don't bother because fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
It's not fun.